queen, my queen. Oh, she, oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel, so strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle, she rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah. Where would we be without you? You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, yeah, and Jesus too. Oh, she's sophisticated, strong, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful, educated, ebony, eccentric, empowering. She's a queen, she's a queen. You better treat her like a queen. Oh, Her strength is amazing. Life inside, 9 months she's carrying back to work, 'cause the family she's carrying. Society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall, a champion, a true woman. But nothing compares to all she do, yeah. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue, yeah, oh. Where would we be without you, yeah. You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, and Jesus too. Oh, she is sophisticated, strong, yeah. Simply amazing, humble, oh, honest, and helpful. Not only that you are educated, yes you are, eccentric, empowering. You're mine, she's a queen. You're mine, you're my. Hello, 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 hello. This is R.C. Blake's once again welcoming you again to Let's Talk with R.C. Blake's. Please help me out. Do me a favor, a great favor, and invite some others to come into our conversation for tonight. I know that this one is going to be helpful. You know, a lot of the subjects that I choose them based on conversations that I have in my email, conversations that I might have in the streets of America, and sometimes literally in other parts of the world. And tonight is no different. We are talking about how a woman may once again date with confidence. You know, what I've come to learn is that most women do not know how to date from the start. This is why most women squander their 20s and their 30s with ill advised moves that they make with men. And then somewhere between 35 and 40 and up, after you've had a series of bad experiences, your relationship or your dating habits then are linked to the trauma that you experienced, sometimes through your teen years, through your 20s, into your 30s. And so women never really learn how to date. But even more important, women have not been taught how to date with confidence after you've had some dating experience and things have not gone well. So when you think about what I've just laid out for you, the dating pool, as many say, is absolutely, I would say, littered with people who are not equipped to make good partners. And many women in particularly have lost your confidence in the dating process, and in a lot of cases for very good reasons. And some of those reasons that women have lost their confidence or lost your confidence in dating is due to, as I just mentioned, past relationship disappointments. You've had all of these bad experiences, but it's the innate desire within the woman to desire relationship. You know, that is the God-given innate desire of the woman. It is to desire relationship. Females, even more so than men, are relational beings. And so even though you've not had great experiences, maybe you've not had great outcomes in the dating process, you're still striving for relationship, even though the outcomes have been poor. And the second reason, is fear of rejection. Isn't that ironic that women continue to date and have a desire for relationships, even though women are constantly rejected? And so, but even though there's this fear of rejection, the desire for relationship transcends the fear of rejection and pushes the woman into the dating cycle once again, ill advised, no better equipped or educated. But that fear of rejection is another reason rather, that women lack confidence in dating. Then there's the low self esteem. You've not paused to really
pour into your self-esteem. And so it's out of this low self-esteem, low to no self-esteem, that a woman finds herself without confidence, but nevertheless in the dating equation, because a woman with low to no self-esteem believes that somehow she's like the gambler in the casino. This time she'll hit it big and she'll finally win. She's looking to relationships to fill her empty self esteem. And then there's reasons women lack confidence. There's the comparison with others. You start looking at the Instagram images, and you start looking at the magazines, and you start comparing yourself to other women that are supposedly in um, that you're in competition with, and it dwindles your self-esteem. And then letter E is the external societal pressures to be perfect, um, pressures to be beautiful, pressures to be married when you've not had good outcomes in the past. It robs you of your confidence in the present. And so these are some of the reasons, 5 reasons why women lack confidence in dating. But now let's get to what I want to talk about tonight: how to date with confidence. If those are the things that rob the woman of confidence in terms of dating, what may a woman do? What should a woman consider that would build her confidence, that she might date with confidence once again? Not date, trembling and shaking and all of this kind of thing, but how may she come to a point where she can date with her head held high, with her heart filled with courage, and with a health and an internal emotional health, that she's ready to deal with whatever the outcomes are, that she can accept the thing for whatever it is and move on when necessary, and be healthy enough to embrace a relationship that has potential. And even if it had potential but it does not work out, she won't be shattered. That's one of the greatest fears of a woman when it comes down to dating. She's afraid of being shattered once again. And so the things that I want to lay out for you tonight are the things that I think every woman should work on before you put your hat in the dating pool again. And number one is to wait until you've processed the last bad experience. Don't try dating again if you have not processed the last bad experience. It's essential. Can I get you to say essential? It's essential that you take the time to reflect on and process past disappointments in relationships before diving into a new relationship. I know your aunties and sometimes your mothers, and unfortunately sometimes you can even get bad advice from your grandmothers. These ladies many times told you the quickest way to get over one man is to get under a new one. What horrible, broken conscience, broken conscious level of advice this is. This is broken consciousness at its zenith. The quickest way to get over one man is to get under another. Babe, you don't need to get into any more relationships until you have processed your last bad experience or experiences. You need a therapist, you need a pastor, you need, some wise counsel to help you to look at what you've gone through, what you came out of, figure out what did you learn from this and what are you going to do differently in the next experience. Because if you move on too fast, it means that you are yet making another decision based on your relational reflexes. And what happens when you make another decision based on your relational reflexes, you simply choose the same man in a new body. You're just increasing your body count, but you're not changing the profile. It's the same guy in another man's body. Rushing into a new romance without addressing unresolved feelings can lead to emotional baggage and hinder your ability to form a healthy connection. You see, this is so dangerous, not only because you run the greater risk of just constantly choosing the same man over and over again, but if you don't stop, if you don't wait until you've processed the last bad experience, here's the greater risk you run. You run the risk of, by, some rare, you know, incident, meeting the perfect guy for you, but not being able to recognize him because your lenses are still clouded from the last experience. And what happens in that case is if you've not processed your last bad experience or experiences and you happen to meet a good guy, what happens is you will break the good guy like the bad guys broke you. So you will become to a good man the very thing these last predators were to you. The difference might be that you're unconsciously breaking this guy. It's because when you are accustomed to toxic, healthy does not appeal. Like they're trying to get me on clean eating. Well, the thing I've come to learn is when your taste buds have been polluted with, you know, bad eating, clean eating does not appeal to your palate. It's nothing wrong with the food. There's something wrong with your palate. So I'm starting to develop taste buds that yearn for healthy. But if you don't process the last bad experience and you rush into a new romance without addressing those unresolved issues, it can lead to emotional baggage and hinder your ability to form a healthy connection. This is why a therapist, and I am no therapist, but this is why therapists often recommend practicing self reflection, practicing journaling, or seeking professional help to work through past relationship issues. Because if you don't have somebody to help you through, if you've not journaled, you can find yourself constantly repeating the same behavior, expecting different outcomes. And someone said that that is the clearest definition of insanity, to do the same thing, expecting different outcomes. And so I love the way, I love to put biblical context to our conversations. I love the way Isaiah 43 and 18 reads, where it says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past." I think the King James reads something like this, "Forgetting those things which are behind." Am I right? Something like that. But when it talks about forgetting the former things, forgetting is not an instant process. In fact, forgetting, or should I say forgetting, is not an instant action. It is a timely process where we think on, we mull over, we meditate on what we've done, what we've gone through, what we've experienced. We retain the good from it and we dispose of the bad. We face our feelings, our emotions, and we come to terms with it. And so when the Bible encourages us to forget the former things, it is encouraging us to go through a very deliberate mental and emotional process of debriefing, of dealing with whatever our life has afforded us to embrace, pulling the best parts from it and emptying our souls of all of the negative toxicity that can do us no good moving forward. So if you're going to date with confidence, wait, slow down, sister, heal, get in the healing process, get on the healing journey. Healing is really not a destination, it's a lifelong journey. And wait until you've processed the last bad experience. Stop being in a hurry to move on. Resist the temptation to jump in another relationship to give you a pseudo sense of fulfillment. It will only end 99% of the time in a compounded heartbreak. So if you want to get to a place where you can date again with confidence, wait until you've thoroughly processed the last bad experience. Number two, wait until, oh, I love this one right here. Holy Spirit gave this to me. Wait until you know that you own your self-confidence. Wait until you know in your own heart of hearts that you actually own your self-confidence. You see, what do I mean by that? There are a lot of, I'm getting ready in a few weeks, I'm getting ready to go to Shero's League women's conference with Dr. Irisha Hilliard at New Light Church in Houston, Texas. And their theme this year is She is Bold. Well, a lot of times, what I see women doing, I'm a boss chick, I'm a queen, I'm this, I'm a that, and you put on all of the wonderful makeup, you wear all of the name brand clothes and all of this kind of stuff, and you talk all of that bad talk on social media, and you have people following you, but the reality is you don't even own your own confidence. All somebody needs to do is just get in your comments and say, "Oh, you ugly. Oh, that dress looks horrible on you. You ain't no boss." And there you are, you all in the comments, arguing back with people in the comments. You know why you're arguing with people? You don't own your confidence. And a lot of your pseudo confidence comes from being liked by people, accepted by people, because you don't own your confidence. A lot of your bravado comes from the fact that you got a little man in your corner now, and you feel confident now because you got a little man. But what happens to that confidence if that little man doesn't work out? This is when you go through an emotional collapse, and you forsake your platforms, your followers, and everybody else, and you disappear for for a few months, wrapped up under the covers because you never own your confidence. You got to stop entering into these relationships without having total ownership of your confidence. Because when other people own your confidence, they'll sell you out. Oh, that's a bar right there. Oh, that's a bar. Y'all remember you heard it right here. When other people own your confidence, they will always sell you out. If you don't own it, somebody else owns it. And if they own it, they can sell it. They can rip the rug out from under your little bravado, your little image that you've created on Instagram or wherever. They can rip it out from under you at any time. You should never date until you own your confidence. It's called self-esteem for a reason. You got to be able to do this for yourself. Your confidence can't be based on, in what is my relational status? How much money do I have? How many friends do I have? What kind of groups am I a part of? Have they accepted me? True confidence comes from within and is not dependent on external validation. Building I go on I love the young fellas. I love the young fellas. I love the direction they're going in. And I love the idea that I'm able to start talking to men now. That's why I love going on Hardly Initiated, with Tayshawn and Ryan. But when I go on there, man, and I speak the whole truth and nothing but the truth as it relates to what manhood is all about, all these little weak, beta males get in the comments, he's a simp, Pops means well, but he don't know these blankety blanks out here today. Well, I don't get in there responding to them people. My confidence is not based on your acceptance. I don't need you to like what I said for me to know I'm R.C. Blakes. I never get in those comments and say nothing to those people. They say all kind of stuff. I don't care. These are betas. Alphas don't get in comments, making comments on a video. That's some female type stuff. These are, I'm giving them more credit than they've earned to call them betas, to be quite honest with you. But my point is, true confidence comes from within and is not dependent on external validation. Building self confidence involves recognizing your worth as a woman, embracing your strengths, and accepting your flaws. You got to be able to laugh at yourself. That's when you know you own your confidence. I was at the dentist's office. Some of y'all may have seen the video if you're on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, go and follow me on Instagram. I was in the dentist's office, and I they had to numb me up, and they gave me a bunch of shots. And I didn't nobody told me that once they give you all of that stuff and they numb your mouth up, your speech pattern changes, you can't feel your mouth. You feel like you about to slob on yourself and all of that. And so I documented it. I actually filmed myself under the influence of whatever this stuff was they gave me, talking, and a lot of folks said, well, I was sounding like Mike Tyson. And, I'm able to laugh at myself. I'm able to laugh at my flaws. I'm able to laugh when I'm not 100% perfect because my confidence doesn't come from presenting an image for you and you thinking I'm this or that. I know who I am. And see, until you get to that point as a woman, you should never date until you own your own confidence. When you own your self confidence, you are less likely to seek validation from others, and you can approach dating with a secure sense of self. So, if you enter into the dating process owning your confidence, it means that if you and the guy don't work out, he's not going to leave with your confidence because you own it. Proverbs 3:26 says, "For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught." Keep you out of a trap. When you find your confidence in him, when you know that it is in the creator that you live, move, and have your being, it doesn't matter if I walk out of your life or not. That's not going to that's not going to shake you because your confidence is secure in him and you. This is why you love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. And then you love your neighbor as yourself, because when you love God with everything, he then teaches you how to love you. And now you're able to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But your confidence, your self-esteem, your identity, all of these things are secure in your creator. You should if you want to date with confidence, wait until you know that you own your self-confidence. And what is this going to require? This is going to require getting into the Word of God, figuring out what the Creator says about you. This is going to probably require a great counselor or therapist that can really speak life into you and build you up, help you to focus on your positives. This is going to require a lot of meditation and self-reflection and elimination of people in your life that try to make you feel bad about yourself. This is going to require a lot of self-work. And when you get to the point where your self-esteem, your self-confidence is secure within you, now you know that you're approaching a level where you can date with confidence, because you know that, if this doesn't work out, you know who you are. Number three, if you're going to be able to date with confidence moving forward after you've had some bad experiences, you're going to have to get clear in your own mind about when to exit. You got to know when to exit. The biggest mistake you've made in the past was that you did not know when to leave. You always stayed longer than you were supposed to. You stayed longer than your spirit was comfortable with, which means what? You are not using your discernment. You stayed longer than your good sense was comfortable with, which means you are not using your intellect. You are driven strictly off of toxic emotion. So moving forward, you have to know in your own mind, okay, if this happens, that happens, that happens, that happens, that's enough flags. I got to exit at this point. I'm not going to sit there and just wish upon a star, hoping for it to be something that it's not. Recognizing and responding to red flags in a relationship is crucial for your emotional well-being. Knowing when to walk away from a situation that is unhealthy or toxic shows strength and self-respect. Again, therapists often emphasize the importance of setting boundaries. That's why you need boundaries. Boundaries tell you, okay, it's time to walk away. They emphasize the importance of setting boundaries and listening to your intuition. We would say in the Christian church, your spirit, your discernment, to protect yourself from harmful relationships. Here's the rule. When it costs you your peace, it is not from God. You're dating somebody and you start to feel your peace starts to feel, impacted. Your inner peace, maybe you're at this point where they've not done anything untoward or suspect, but for some reason, your spirit is uneasy with this person. You know what? When you've really learned the lessons, you know that that's enough to exit stage left. and you gracefully bow out. You say, well, I think you're a great guy, but I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready. But you've been amazing, but I don't think I'm ready. You learn to listen to your spirit sooner than later. You got to know when to exit. Or say you ignore your spirit, and you felt this uneasiness, and your peace is somewhat impacted, but it looks so good on paper, and the world's telling you about your age, and you ain't gonna have many more shots and all of this kind of thing. And so you ignore that first sign where your peace is somewhat impacted, you're not feeling at ease, and then you get into a precarious situation where this person displays um, anger issues. And maybe those anger issues are not directed towards you. Maybe it's the waiter or the parking attendant or somebody on the street. Now your brain is saying to you, red flag, red flag, red flag, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. But you ignore it still. This is what you did in the past now. See, in the past, you every bad relationship you had that you came out of, you said, something told me in the beginning that I needed to move on from that. And you did that same thing over and over again. In the past, you always saw evidence of this person's real character. It was demonstrated towards someone else, so you didn't take it personally until the day came that they exhibited those same toxic, demonic tendencies towards you. Well, when you've learned, you know now it's time to exit. And some of you all are there now where your spirit is saying to you, this ain't it. You've seen some evidence. And maybe it wasn't serious enough for you to bust a move yet. You don't know when to exit. See, you got to have a black eye, you got to have a patch pulled out your head and a police report before you understand. Some of y'all got to have a stab wound and a bullet wound in your leg and all this kind of thing before you understand it's time to go. It's been time to go, babe. It's time to go long before you get to the black eye or the patch pulled out your head. Colossians 3:15 says, and let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the what? Peace of God rule in your hearts. You know what that means? Let the peace of God act as an umpire in your spirit. What does an umpire do? An umpire calls the runner safe. Is that it? Yeah. Safe or out of there. Yeah, out. I don't watch baseball that much. I think that's safe and that's out. The umpire, now they can get mad all they want and kick the dirt and everything. If the umpire say you out of there, you out of there. If the umpire say you safe, you safe. Well, you got to let peace be the umpire of your life, especially in your dating. You got to check with your spirit after the first date. Your flesh may be tingling on the bone, and your brain may be going 1,000,000 miles a minute. But babe, you got to check with your spirit, because your spirit knows truth. And if your spirit says he's out of there, babe, you can try to let your flesh run the show if you want. You can try to let your little carnal mind run the show if you want. You're going to end up in the same place. If your spirit says safe, then you can, girls will wait and exhale, Whitney Houston them. You can exhale when your spirit says safe. Because this is one of the main reasons, when you think about letting your peace kind of be the determining factor as it relates to when to exit. This is why I say you got to stay out of the middle of the bed. Huh? Sister, I know I ain't your daddy. I ain't your daddy. I know I ain't your daddy. I know I ain't your daddy. Some of y'all view me as a spiritual father. Some of y'all view me as an uncle, as a big brother, and you have respect for me. But a lot of y'all, you tune in here, and the first thing you say when I tell you stay out the middle of the bed, he ain't my pa, he ain't my daddy. I know I'm not. But I ain't got to live with those consequences. If you don't stay out the middle of the bed, If you don't keep sex off of the table, your spirit is going to always be distracted by the sex. You'll never know when to get out when you allow that sexual soul tie to be created. You will never know when to get out when you put sex on the table. Oh, let me see if I can get to my book. I'm trying to promote my books more. Y'all need to go to Amazon, pick that up right now. Soul Ties, Breaking the Ties That Bind by R.C. Blake's whole book, whole online program at rcblakes.com right now. Those of you that have gotten into these sexual soul ties and now you all confused, you can't get out because you don't know how to get out because you got sex on the table. But if you want to date with confidence, you got to know when to get out. You got to know when a man pressuring you for sex, he don't want nothing but sex. It's time to go. You got to know when a man is more interested in how much money you make and what you do and what you got, he ain't trying to do nothing but use you. It's time to go. You got to learn from all of those things. See, you've gone through it, but you didn't grow through it. Because if you had grown through it, you would know it's time to go. Number 4, my time is marching on. Number 4, you got to pick men that are more your kind than your type. I know I'm in trouble now. I just lost you because y'all want your type. 6 foot, 6 pack. Yeah. 6 figures. So if he's 5'10", 5'11", he's disqualified. He may be a man of God. He may love you like nobody's ever loved you, but he's 5'10". Child, I thought I had one, but he just 5'10". He 5'11". How tall are you? I'm 4.5. He taller than you? Okay. You got to pick men that are your kind over your type. See, your type, choosing a partner based on compatible. Well, let me put it this way. Your type is an idea in your carnal mind that you feel you're attracted to. And a lot of times you can get your type, and your type is a complete and total demon. A lot of times you can get your type, and you don't even have enough respect for them to view them as a husband, but you got your type. You see, because your type is a surface level, superficial idea of what you want to see visually, what you want to feel physically. Your kind is a man that he's compatible with your internals, your values, your future, your principles, your faith. You know, this is a man you can do life with. See, your type is only going to last but a little while because that 6 foot tall, 190-pound frame is going to turn into, a 5'10", 350-pound frame in a lot of cases in the United States of America. As a man gets older, he gets heavier and he gets shorter as he ages. That smooth skin is going to wrinkle. That beautiful hair is going to probably fall out and you're going to have a scalp up there. But see, if he's your kind, God didn't make every type. He made every kind. He paired kind. Bears with bears, lions with lions, male and female, the same kind. The one that would be suitable for you is of your kind, not your type. Now, I'm not saying you need somebody that you can't look at, but I'm saying you got to prioritize your kind over these superficial metrics. And if you're not mature enough to understand what I'm saying to you right now, it's probably best you do not date. Because you will make this mistake. You'll get a man that makes that money, he can afford you, but he'll never value you. You get a man that looks good, he's tall, stature, strong, and all that, nothing but a child between his ears. You got to treat him like a son, a 6 foot tall son that you sleeping up in the bed with. Because choosing a partner based on compatibility of values, beliefs, and goals rather than superficial preferences can lead to a more meaningful and lasting relationship. Prioritizing kind, your kind over type. When you know that you're searching for something deeper than the surface, you don't have to worry about the product that the flesh will always produce. The flesh always produces death, but the spirit produces life and peace. When you're spiritual minded and you're searching for the content of a man's spirit, you'll get the product of life and peace. So you can date with confidence when your focus is deeper. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." Well, he's not talking about being yoked with your type. He's talking about being yoked with your kind. That's why you see bull and bull yoked, and horse, donkey and donkey. Because to be equally yoked, you got to be yoked to your kind. And so when you are searching for your kind, you know what you're going to discover? You're going to find that while average women that are still stuck on the superficial are saying, ain't no man out here, ain't no husband out here, you're going to find you have more of your kind than you ever realized. And you know what the beauty is? When you find your kind may be a 7 on the look scale for you, but a 10, a 15 even on the internals. And when you discover what internal fulfillment does for you, it's gonna bump that 7 in looks up to 10. You're gonna be more attracted to that man than you ever would have been to a man that has a 10 in looks, but a 3 in as it relates to his internals. Number 5, only have 7 points. If you're going to be able to date with confidence again, you're going to have to lead with your head and let your heart go last. See, where you've made your mistake in the past is you let your heart go ahead of your head, and you invested your heart in places that never protected it. That's why your heart has been crushed. So balancing logic and emotions in dating is key to making wise decisions. While it's important to listen to your heart, leading with your head allows you to assess the situation objectively and to avoid getting swept up in the moment. Again, therapists often encourage clients to consider both their feelings and rational thoughts when navigating relationships. You have not engaged rational thought. You've gotten carried away with your emotional irrationality. Actually, this is why the Bible says in Proverbs 4:23, "Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life." Guard your heart. Put your heart in prison and let your head lead. Let your intellect lead. Let your spirit lead. Keep your heart barred up, because your heart is a sucker for love. And your heart will love people that don't deserve it. Your heart will search for the first person that needs it to love them. Just because people need you don't mean they deserve you. So you got to guard your heart. You got to lead with your head, not your heart. Stop leading with your heart. Oh, he's so nice. I see such potential in him. I can help him do this, and I can help it. You helped 5 other men do that. You don't need to do that no more. You need to lead with your head. You need to see who this guy is. Where's this guy going? Don't give this guy all of your benefits before he proves worthy of it. Lead with your head. Stop leading with your heart. Lock your heart up at home. Let your head go on the date. That's why you don't need to wear that dress cut all the way up your thigh. No man need to be looking at you sexually. He don't even need to know that you're trying to turn him on sexually. You shouldn't be trying to turn no man on sexually. You need to be trying to figure out dating. You need to be getting the data. You need to figure out who this dude is. Is this a serial killer? Is this the Unabomber? What is you, brother? Go with your head first and your spirit. Leave your heart out of the matter. The heart is deceitfully wicked and will deceive you every time. Number 6, remember the purpose of dating. If you're going to date with confidence, remember the purpose of dating. The purpose of dating is to discover the person and to have fun without any pressure. Stop dating with all of this pressure. I need a husband. I need a husband. No, babe, date to get the data, the information, who this guy is, and in the meantime, see if you can have fun with this guy. If you can't have fun with him, he's not your guy. You don't need to go in with all of that pressure, because if you go in with all of that pressure, you're not going to be any fun to him. You're too stressed. Relax yourself. Stop worrying about the clock and running off the cliff, hitting the wall, and all this kind of thing here. Forget about all that, babe. Live your life. Be fulfilled within yourself and who the Creator's made you to be. And enter into the dating situation to experience who this person is, learn something about them, have some fun with them, and go back home to yourself, hopefully without creating any soul ties. Because it's important to approach dating with a sense of curiosity and openness. So instead of putting pressure on yourself to find the one, is he the one? Or to rush into a serious commitment, view dating as an opportunity to get to know someone new, enjoy their company, and have fun together. If a guy is not content with having fun with you, he's looking for too much too fast. Keeping the focus rather on exploration and enjoyment can alleviate stress and allow relationships to develop naturally. This is why Amos 3:3 says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" Now, what does that mean? See, that text is deeper than it seems. Can we go in the same direction until we have a conversation, an encounter, where we realize we actually do agree? We have a lot in common, and we are actually going in the same direction. See? So explore, get to know this person, see if this person agrees with you. If you agree with them, and then you can later determine, the two of you can determine together if we can go together. Can two walk together except they be agreed? How do you know you agreed? Unless you take some time to discover and encounter one another. Mark Amen says dating should be less about matching outward circumstances than meeting your inner necessity. And then number 7, and finally, if you want to date with confidence, find a council of trusted individuals to help you make decisions. You ought to have somebody in that council that's been married for a while, and not just married, but happily married. You know, one of the most idiotic statements I've heard made a few times when I may be on platforms that ask me about relationships, and I look in the comments, a lot of times people will say, "Oh, but he's been married for almost 30 years. He's not dated for 30 years. What would he know about dating?" Well, the last time I checked, you probably want to get advice from somebody that has done it right for a long time. The last time I checked, a person is not written off for having had, success for 3 decades in a thing. Usually people want to hear from that person. The reason this generation is flunking miserably is because you got empty head men and empty head women on these platforms trying to tell one another how to do relationships, and none of them have one. Stop listening to your girlfriends who can't spell man, and find you a senior woman that's been married for 30, 40 years and happily married. See what she has to say. Find your girlfriend who's presently engaged and they've been in a successful relationship. Fill your counsel with people that have some measure of success, because seeking guidance and support from trusted friends, family members, even relationship therapists, the right kind now, not one of these people that's way off, sending you off into this poly stuff and all of that. Go try to find you a good Christian therapist that's going to stick to some traditional values. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Get you a mentor that can provide valuable perspectives and insights when navigating the complexities of dating. See, in the past, you never got anybody's counsel. You made your decisions based on your irrational emotions. But having a council of wise and caring individuals can offer advice, encouragement, and accountability as you make decisions about your potential relationships. And their input can help you gain clarity and make informed choices. You don't need a council of yes persons. You need somebody that's going to tell you the truth. Yeah. Some of y'all need to go back and apologize to your mama because you stopped listening to your mama. You stopped talking to your mama about relationships, even though your mom and your daddy have had a successful marriage. You stopped listening to your mama because your mama didn't agree with you on some things. And now as you look back on it, everything your mama didn't agree with didn't really agree with you, did it? Did it? It didn't work out. It turned out just like your mama said it would turn out, right? You never called her to apologize, to tell her that she was right and you were wrong. Why would you have a wise mother and not have your mama at the head of your counsel? The reason I'm married to Lisa Blakes today is because my mama told me, boy, that's your wife. Then I went and asked God. God said, yeah, your mama right. That's your wife. Okay, I'll just let that sit right there as you turn me off. Proverbs 19:20 says, listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom in the future. It's been said that we should surround ourselves with only people who are going to lift us higher. Why would you keep taking counsel from your girlfriends who are in the same shape you're in? Or angry women that, they don't want nothing to do with a man. So now they out here talking about they gay now. Or plastic lesbians. If you're gonna be a lesbian, at least be authentic. Don't come out here old plastic lesbian. You mad with men, so now you out here trying women. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I know I got in trouble on that. You're a plastic lesbian. Why would you take advice from them? Mad with men because they haven't had any outcomes. You need to get wise counsel in your corner. With that said, I'm out because I already know. I already know. I'm done though. Y'all pray for me. Hope you got something out of this today, and please share this on other platforms. Make certain that you like this before you leave out. Check out the link for BetterHelp Counseling before you leave tonight. There are many of you that need somebody to talk stuff through with. I keep telling you this. BetterHelp Counseling is a resource that Lisa and I have paired with for years, and some amazing outcomes just to be able to get on the phone with somebody and talk through some of the things that you're dealing with or thinking about. Don't forget to go to rcblakes.com, sign up for the mailing list, check out all of the online programs. I am continually stirred in these days to push many of you towards one of our premium programs, Transcending the Father Wound. There are many of you who are struggling with that and you don't even realize. Go and check out the recent video I did on how father wound impacts something like how father wound impacts your relational choices. But check out that online program at rcblakes.com, and along with others, of course, along with others. But that one is the one that Holy Spirit is really stirring my heart to put before you in this season. Thanks to all of you who have sown into our lives. Thanks to all of you who are coming to Queenology Queenology.net if you desire to see if there are any more seats available for Queenology. Queenology.net. Lisa and I are looking forward to meeting all of you in Egypt in June. Oh my goodness, we have 2 different groups coming. I'm looking forward to meeting you. It'll be my first time experiencing Egypt, and I'll be experiencing it with many of my community. My God, we're looking forward to that. Don't forget to go by Amazon, pick up all of my books at Amazon. What else am I missing? Again, did I say thanks to all of you who've sown into our lives? You know, we don't ever take that lightly. It means the world to us that we have a community that supports us financially. That means the world. It takes a lot for me to come to you consistently, but to have a community that supports us in every way, my God. So when you put those dollars in the super chat, and sometimes 100, sometimes folk are giving as much as 500. You know, man, we don't take any of that lightly. And we are so grateful for such an amazing community. Well, I think I've said everything I need to say. Am I out of focus? I'm out of focus. Why am I? Okay, there I am. I'm back in focus. I think I've said everything I need to say. So I'll say this. You're on top. You're going higher. God has more in store for you. So Lisa and I, we will see you at the top. God bless you. Until next time, don't leave out of here without liking this video. God bless you. Until next time.
We here at R.C. Blake's Ministries want to thank you for spending this time with us today. R.C. and Lisa are always honored to have you with us. Don't forget to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.rcblakes.com. While you're there, you may join our mailing list and receive a free download of The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision by R.C. Blakes. Also look at all of the online programs by R.C. You may find all books written by R.C. and Lisa. Once again, all of us here at R.C. Blake's Ministries want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And as we always say, see you at the top.
Hello, family. This is R.C. Blake's, and I am so thoroughly excited. I'm excited because Queenology 2024 is coming back to Atlanta, Georgia, August the 23rd through the 25th. The host hotel is going to be the Whitley Hotel. Amazing. Women are literally coming from around the world. It is a multicultural, multi-generational, multiracial movement of women from around the world. And I want to invite you and yours to meet Lisa and I in Atlanta, Georgia at the Whitley Hotel, August the 23rd through the 25th for Queenology. For those that have the Royal Court package, it will afford you your entire stay for the weekend. It will also afford you a private, formal dinner with Lisa and I to open Queenology up. It also affords you admission to every event, everything that's happening for the entire weekend. Now, we also have the Saturday brunch and intensive package, which allows you to get into the brunch where Lisa and I will be sharing the messages that God has given us for 2024 to share with the ladies. This year, I'll have my own message, and Lisa will also have her very own message. It's going to be powerful. During the Saturday brunch and intensive, we're also going to have a very distinguished panel of men that are going to sit before the queens and answer the questions that women have always wanted to ask men. It's going to be amazing. Now, also those that are part of the VIP experience, there will be a time where Lisa and the ladies will gather in what they call, I think, the pajama party. And it will be a time where women will have conversation among women. I'm really excited about the culmination. Of Queenology this year, because none other than the incomparable Dave Hollister is coming to be a part of our closing event, the all-white party. He's going to sing the Queenology theme song, as well as entertain the ladies, the queens, for that evening. Queenology 2024 promises to be like none other. Those of you that want information, if you desire to be a vendor, Queenology.net. Those of you that may need payment plans, Queenology.net. Let nothing stop you from making your way to Queenology 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Tickets are going very quickly. I would love for you to meet us in Atlanta, August the 23rd through the 25th. Queens from around the world are coming. Queens from around the world are rising. It is going to be a coronation. It is going to be a crowning.